Hello all. Bit of a bold title this week, isn't it? I've used the word perfect in it. Oh, so many times I say perfection doesn't exist, but in my titles I've actually referred to something as perfect. How have I come across such a product? How are you actually sitting there, Smithy, actually telling us about such a thing? Well, it is a good example. And the reason why I've included it and the reason why I've done this title is because I think it is a really, okay, not quite perfect, but a really good example of getting a product that you know is rare, that is in good condition, researching how much similar products go for on eBay, and then the reality of how much it actually sells for. Okay, so I will take you through this product a little bit later on. Okay, you don't have to wait too long for it. All right, but I'm not going to put it right at the start, okay, because it doesn't fit the usual structure that I do in this in, on and gone video. Okay, the in I'm going to talk about at the end. Okay, that's what's coming into my shop and the reasons why I think it will sell and the sort of prices that I'm thinking that it will sell for. The on, easy, look at my link below, okay, to my store. And the gone is basically things that have sold from my store. I'll always tell you about the stuff that have sold within 7 days at 2%. And recently I've been making additions to talking about what I've sold to things that have taken longer than 7 days, but I feel are worth a mention because I feel that you as if you're either just looking at this video just to get some ideas about reselling, if you're watching this video because you're a reseller yourself, if you're watching this video because you're thinking of starting up, or just because you just like looking, okay, at videos where people are selling stuff. Okay, hello, all right. As I say, I run this channel. My name's James Smith, run channel JR74, and I hope you enjoy what I'm about to show you. Right, we are going to start by looking at the things that have sold this week, as I said, promoted at 2%. Okay, some of the comments in my videos are asking me to do a video on promotion. I will have a look at doing that, okay, because it does make a huge difference, and I'll be able to give you some statistics behind how much difference it actually makes. Okay, but let's have a look, shall we, at what these 5 products are. There's 5 this week that sold quite quickly. First up, it's a brand that I've mentioned in the past, but it is a good brand and a brand that sells very well. It is Jack and Jones jeans. Now, remember that I'm talking about stuff in the UK. Jack and Jones jeans are like what I would call your typical high street brand. So other places around the world, if you have jeans retailers on your high streets that are selling jeans at about, 30, 40 quid and northwards of that quid being British pounds, I put that at the equivalent of about $37 and upwards, roughly. Okay, I don't exactly know what the exchange rate is at the moment, but that's the sort of stuff that I'm talking about. These ones were called Intelligence Anti-Fit jeans, okay, and I picked them up for 3 quid. Took an offer of £13.59. That offer includes postage. After fees and everything, I got back £7.98, which is £4.98 profit, so nearly £5, and that gave me 166%. Okay, so yeah, if you're in the UK, these jeans do sell well, and it's purely because in shops you're looking at 30, 40 quid, and I've got a pair here that are in really good condition, and the photographs I've got to show they're in good condition, and therefore people are interested, so they will sell well all the time, and that has got above the 50 to 100% mark that I try so hard to get at. Okay, next one is a little bit of proof just how strong this brand is, because I'm selling shorts and it's January and outside it's absolutely tipping it down with rain. They were a pair of Marks and Spencer's chino shorts that were just in the charity shop at £2 each. I say each because I got a blue pair and I got a grey pair. So if you're interested, it's the blue pair that have sold. I didn't put them on together, I split them. So £2, and I sold them at £9.10. Okay, somebody came in with an offer at £9.10, which after fees and postage and everything gave me £4.15 back, £2.15 profit, which is 107.5% markup. Okay, so again, it really does go to show, doesn't it, just how strong Marks and Spencer's is as a brand for reselling. Because these shorts, you just know that in the shop themselves, they're going to be about 25 quid. Okay, and I have sold them when there's nothing wrong with them for, well, as I say, I took the offer of £9.10. Because I bought them at £2, I mean, that's a steal. All right, an absolute steal. I would do that all the time. I think the charity shop that I got them from was sort of like having an offer on summer stuff. Maybe they wanted to clear a bit of stock. Okay, but always have your eye out for stuff like that. Sticking with Marks and Spencer's, an extra fine Lambswool jumper. Okay, a charcoal one. That's a bread and butter. Absolute bread and butter that you will be able to sell. £4 I picked that up for. Now what you'll find is that there's, if most charity shops are chains, okay, and you will find that when you actually go round the chains that there's certain products that are given to certain shops. And I am fully aware of a local charity shop to me who price very, very reasonably, who do have an absolute load of these jumpers coming into. I think this is the shop where they put these jumpers to. And they're usually quite reasonably priced as well. You can usually pick them up for £4 or below. In this instance, it was £4 and I sold it for £13.59, including postage. That gave me £7.66 back, £3.66 profit, which is 91.5%. Okay, so yeah, get to know your charity shops, get to know the certain products that are in there, and also the way in which they price. The item that I'm going to tell you about a little bit later, the perfect example, is really something that they didn't look at the eBay prices. Okay, there are some charity shops that do, and I just feel that if the charity shops that do that, they will sell, okay, but it's going to take a long time. All right, doing it to eBay prices. Remember, eBay, you might think I'm being a little bit greedy here, but I'm just basically giving the fact. eBay has got 180 million people looking at it. Okay, are you going to tell me that 180 million people come to your charity shop? No. So using eBay as a guide for pricing, I will always argue, isn't really that realistic. Okay, so sometimes it is actually worth speaking to the people that run the charity shops. Okay, get to know the boss as well. Sometimes I've done that in the past, and I'm not being cheeky or anything like that, but I say, look, I've noticed that this is at this price. I've noticed that you've had it in the shop for quite a few weeks. Look, if you really want to sell it, I'll offer you this much, and I'll give them a good price for it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it does. Okay, if it doesn't, just smile and say, all right, okay, thank you very much. Okay, but remember, you know, you're trying to get these products, and you are acting as a middleman, okay, to try and get these products to people who want them. So you are providing a service. Next up was a product, an electronic product that usually sells quite well, because they are becoming more and more difficult to get now. Why are they becoming difficult to get? Because we rely on our mobile phones. But there are still loads of people out there who still want that digital readout by the side of their bed telling them what time it is. This is digital clock radios. Yes, you can still get them. You can still get them on Amazon and stuff like that. But there's, you know, I don't exactly know just how much they are. I'm guessing round about the £20 mark. But people don't really want... There's still a little bit of skepticism about the cheap Chinese imports. Okay, people want on these clock radios a brand name that they can trust, and this is the power of branding. This is why branding is so important to understand. And the one that I sold was a Philips one. Okay, and it looked pretty retro, it looked pretty modern as well. Philips, I think they're a Dutch company, but they are a company that have been established for many years now and have built up their brand reputation as a product that people can trust and people know about. So that one went well. I paid £4 for that and sold it for £10.60. Okay, £5.18 back, £1.18 profit, 30%. So slightly below that 50 to 100 that I go for, but it's still profit. Okay, and you know, it's still, I've done it, I've listed it, and someone's made an offer, 30%. Yeah, just get the money back. You know, as I keep saying, if you were an investor, would you make 30% in a week? Would you be happy with that? Yeah, of course you would. All right, so that went out, and there's even been a comment now on my eBay. Yeah, great, thanks, works. Well, of course it works, because I did a quick little video showing that it worked. You can add those little 30-second videos to your eBay listings, and that is worth doing sometimes. And the fifth one, can't do a video without mentioning the H word, hobbies. Walking is a hobby. This was a pair of Carrymore walking shoes, and the decent thing about this is that they had a Vibram sole. Okay, you know, Vibram are good soles. There's two, I would say there's two names that you've really got to look out for when looking for walking shoes: a Vibram sole or Goretex. Okay, if they've got one or the other, then usually they will get people's attention and usually sell very, very well. The Vibram soles are quite flexible, they're quite grippy, and they haven't got any sort of like hollow voids in them. Okay, what I mean by that is sometimes if you get a split in the bottom of the shoe, you can actually see inside the sole of the shoe because it's hollow. Vibram soles don't have that, so that's why they're so popular. These were £6, okay, and these are a good flip because these go for around about the £15 mark. All right, so including postage, this went for £17.60. I put them on for 15 and took an offer of 14. Add the £3.60 postage, £17.60. So I got £11.20 back, which is £5.20 profit. Okay, which is 87%. Sorry, I couldn't read my own handwriting there. Okay, I've got my little Bible underneath the camera telling me all my figures that I'm telling you at the moment. So again, that's a good one. All right, I was really, really pleased with that. Okay, yeah, this week's gone well in terms of sales. The 5 I'm happy with. I have had some negative feedback though, and it is slightly annoying. All right, I really, really, really want my negative feedback score to be 0. You know, again, I'm looking for perfection, aren't I? It will never be perfect. But somebody's actually come back saying that they didn't receive the product. Now, I've checked, and my delivery says it's there. Yeah, they said it was delivered. So I messaged the people back, and I'll put the message, a copy of the message, onto the feedback forum as well, so that people can actually see. If you've got negative feedback, if you click reply, you can actually put in the way that you've interacted with this customer. So eBay give you that opportunity for you to give your side of the story, which is, you know, that's pretty good. But I've just said, look, it's showing as delivered here, all right, and that's giving them the message. No, I'm not going to give you a refund yet. Okay, you've got to prove to me that you haven't got it. And I've also encouraged them to go to eBay. Well, actually, how can they prove to me that they haven't got it? But I've actually said to them to go to eBay to raise a refund request. Okay, and then I will be liaising with eBay saying, look, Royal Mail are telling me that this has been delivered, and then just see what they say. At the end of the day, if I do have to fork out a refund, yeah, okay, I'll do it, you know, because all of the other things that I've sold really do make up for it. You've got to take the rough with the smooth, okay? What you don't want is to run the risk of somebody actually saying, I didn't receive the I didn't receive the product and I wasn't refunded. You don't want that, okay? So, I mean, we're talking about a tenner here. So just, okay, refunding the tenner, and then, you know, you can maybe block that customer from looking at your products in future so that the same situation doesn't happen again. eBay does allow you to do this. So yeah, you know, it's just something that you've got to be aware of. And you know, if somebody says that they didn't have the product, actually look and see if your data backs that up. It's important to do that. So my figures are £19 spent, £36.17 back, which is a profit of £17.17 and an average markup of 96.4%. Okay, that's fine because it's between the 50 and 100, so I am happy with that. Now, what about this perfect product? What product is it that I am putting in to such a good example of what actually happens when you list something on eBay that you know is going to have a pretty high demand? So this boils down to a fact that, as I said, when reselling, it's good to be involved with the products that you know about. Okay, and I like my sport, so sporting products and certainly sporting memorabilia products are things that I'm interested in. I came across a Reebok Wales quarter zip top, like a fleece top, in virtually perfect condition for just £4. So you know, when you've actually got that in your hand and you see £4 for it, you know that you've got something. Okay, you know that feeling where you're thinking, oh yeah, I've made a bit here, this is good. All right, so you get it, okay, you take it home, you give it a recheck. Is it really in perfect condition? Check under the arms, check the back of the neck, stuff like this. Yes, it is. Okay, now I know that Reebok sponsored the Welsh rugby kit. You're talking about 20 years ago now. Okay, so this does hold a lot of nostalgic value, and it was round about this time when Wales started to turn from a team that got beaten quite regularly to a team that actually won the Six Nations, and I think it was around about 2005. And I'd only lived in Wales for about 6 years then. I still remember that night. It was a good night. I remember I was walking into the middle of Cardiff and there were kids actually sitting on the steps of pubs waiting for their dads to come out of the pub. You know, they were literally just sitting there going, oh, I hope he's not going to be much longer, because the dads had to be in there to see their mates. Yeah, the nation was celebrating that night. But yeah, so this rugby top is from that era. Now, I checked online, okay, and similar rugby tops, Reebok, quarter zips, were going for about 35-40 quid. Now, checking on the solds, not many were selling for that much. All right, so I thought to myself, well, we'll slightly undercut what they're on at to see if that can get people's interest. And so I put it on at 30. And it got a few views, but, you know, you've got to think as well, we're in the run up to the Six Nations. So this is a good time to sell. The demand for a product like this is going to be quite high. Okay. So I put it on at 30 and still nobody was really biting. All right. Lots of people were looking at it, but there were no watchers. So nobody's actually, you know, even looking at the bait that I've put out there. So I put it down to 25. Okay. This was after about a week. And then I began to get some lookers, and then somebody came in with an offer at 20. And if you remember, I bought it for £4. So you've got to think to yourself, somebody's offering you 20, well, £23.60, including postage, and you bought it for £4. Other things on eBay are priced slightly higher. Okay, we're talking at least 50% higher. We're talking at least the £30, the £25 to £30 bracket. But you've got an offer there on the table, and you've only spent £4 on this product. Do you take it? Of course you do. Of course you do. You get the money back, you reinvest it in something else. But really, that's sort of like that journey that I just explained to you. It's really like a typical journey of a product of this nature. Don't rely solely on eBay prices. Just because it's on at this price at eBay doesn't mean it's going to sell at this price on eBay, because there's so many different factors and so many different parameters that you have to take into consideration. If it has sold at like the £30 mark, it's because somebody has come along who's basically prepared to pay that much. okay? But I really do want to put my products into a ballpark where I have got not just one person willing to pay that much, but quite a few people willing to pay that much. So by lowering the price, obviously that creates this situation. This has also prompted me to have a look back through my store, see if there's any other rugby related products that could be sold hopefully this week in prep for the Six Nations. And yeah, there was a Cotton Traders Welsh rugby shirt, okay, which I had on at 20, and I've reduced that now to 15, and I'll be having a really good look at that over the next few weeks. I picked it up for a £5, so even if I sell it for a tenner, I'll be happy with that. Okay, so that Reebok fleece quarter zip, okay, in really, really nice condition, and the Reebok is stitched on it and the badges are stitched on it, has gone, I hope, to a very happy buyer. That was a perfect product. Another thing that has sold, okay, not within the 7 days, but something that I feel that I need to mention. I mentioned this product earlier, or this brand earlier. It's Goretex, and I had a pair of Bruce Clark Goretex golf trousers. Now, I've never heard of Bruce Clark before in terms of a designer, but if his designs are good enough for Goretex to do collaboration with, then he must be doing something right. All right, and these sold quick. These sold quite quickly. I think they took 2 to 3 weeks to sell. All right, but I managed to pick them up for £3. Okay, a pair of Goretex trousers for £3. Take them, as long as they're in good condition. Okay, and check them as well. Check that there's no fraying in it. Check that there's any of the lining isn't beginning to crumble, because some of these waterproof line things, if they've been left in a very dry environment for a long period of time, sometimes the lining in them does start to crumble, even Goretex ones. But these didn't have that. Okay, so £3 I got them for, sold them for £13.60. All right, this was £7.83 back, £4.83 profit. Sorry, I'm just looking at my book here because 161%. Okay, nice. Okay, so again, Goretex sells well. And the final product that I'm going to educate you about was a pair of Hush Puppies, but they were sort of like boating shoes, deck shoes, cabin shoes, summery looking shoes. All right, and they hadn't been worn. Now, the shop that I got them from had priced them at £10. Now, but what you've got here is you have got a design that is quite popular, okay, especially in the summer months, the decky boaty shoes, and a decent shoe brand, Hush Puppies. So I'm thinking to myself, do you know what? I think they'll go for more than a tenner. Okay, so we'll take a look. And in the shop, I did check on my phone, and some of these were going for like 50 quid. You know, there wasn't many people in the shop, so you know, I do, you know, use Google Lens. All right, even if the shop's crowded. All right, you know, if you've got, if they've got changing rooms, then maybe take the things into the changing rooms. If you don't want to see people know that you are somebody who is looking to make a profit on this, but really, I don't care. All right, I don't care. I'll do it. It's something that I'm interested in, and I'm doing the research to see if it will actually work. Because remember, again, I'll say it again, you are the middle person. You have a product and you are trying to match it now with somebody who could be interested in the product. That is your side hustle. That is what you are doing. So I checked, and yeah, it came up as quite a good match. All right, these were going for like 45, 50 quid. Now, you're not going to get that much. Okay, you're not. All right, but what I did get was an offer of 30 quid. All right, I put them on at 35. Somebody came in with an offer of 30. So, yeah, so £33.60. I got them for a tenner. They gave me £24.25 back, which was a profit of £14.25, which gave me 142.5% markup. All right, so yeah, again, happy with that. All right, so if some things are slightly more expensive in charity shops, I mean, you know, most shoes are priced at a £5, these were priced at a tenner. Don't discount them, okay? And this is where the brand knowledge comes in, and this is where the knowledge of things that and designs that are popular come in as well. And you can do that, I suppose, in two ways. Number one, by looking at past data to find out what sells quickly and what sells well. And number two, just look around you. Just see what people are wearing. See the labels that people are wearing. See what's popular. And yeah, those deck shoes are popular in the summer. Right. Let's go to Future Smithy, shall we? It's Sunday morning at the moment. I'm going to go down the gym now. And Sunday afternoon we will see what is coming into the shop. Okay, let's have a look. Right, here we are then. Bit of time in the future. Yeah, I've done both videos today. I've done the what's sold quick, and now I'm going to do what is coming into the shop. Normally I'll spread them out over the weekend, but yesterday we had a bit of a surprise day out. The bleeding tumble dryer's broken, so we had to go and get another one. But I did take the back off the other tumble dryer and just see if it was salvageable in any way. It wasn't. Beyond my skill set to be able to fix something like that. We did get a new drive belt on it over the summer, but with these things, if it's something like that, you've got to get it at the perfect tension. And obviously I can't do that. And yeah, other bits were sort of like pulled out of alignment because this wasn't perfectly aligned, and it was making a few unhealthy noises, shall we say. Bleeding dangerous noises. So we had to bite the bullet and get another one. Christ, they're expensive. All right, and we've got 4 kids. It takes an absolute hammering. So anyway, we did that yesterday, and then the lovely Mrs. S surprised me with a trip to a certain Swedish furniture retailer. Oh, I was happy as Larry. Gentlemen, look at the walls in those places, because there are cut-throughs. Okay? And also know where everything is so that you don't have to go around looking for stuff twice. Make sure that you know exactly what, you know, needs to be looked at. And as well, you know, from time to time, you know, sit in the most expensive office chair and like say, oh, this is nice. Stuff like that. Keeps you on the toes a little bit. Oh, it was all right. We had a cup of tea afterwards and a bit of cake, so I was happy. Anyway, so what's coming in to the shop? What is it that I'm going to add this week that the general public can purchase? You know, hang on, just got to... Oh, that's good. That's good. That's it's the spot. Got to have your tea. Yeah, so I'm going to start with this. It's an Adidas, what does it say? Climber Proof. All right, Adidas Climber Proof. Large windbreaker. Now, what these are, they're like polo shirts, but a little bit bigger, and the sleeves are slightly longer. And the idea is that you wear it over a polo shirt. Really, it's for when, you know, the wind gets up a bit, but it's not too cold. It's another addition to the bag, this one is, and they are quite popular. This one, £4 I paid for this one, and I'll probably put it on at 12, but accept 10 for it. It's in absolutely, you can see the Climber Cool logo there, or the Climber Proof, or the Climber Cool, or whatever it is. You can see that just there. It's in absolutely cracking condition. The decal is on the sleeve just there. You know, these things sell. All right, these things sell, and as long as you take the pictures properly to show on the eBay listing, then I'm pretty sure that this will go within a month at least, and I reckon I'm looking there at 100%. Sourced nicely at £4, that one. I forgot to mention, I've just done the video, and then I thought, oh, I didn't say that, did I? The reason why I told you about the tumble dryer was because, yeah, I did strip it down, and some of the parts that were actually in the tumble dryer, I'm going to try selling online. Yeah, okay, there's quite a few pieces and bits, sort of like the tray. It's a condenser one, so the tray that the condensing goes into, the door, the sort of like the filter panels,
these are bits that keep breaking and stuff like that. So I'm going to put them on there and see how they do. I might, by doing that, potentially I could be knocking over 100 quid off the cost of the tumble dryer, because, you know, these things are expensive. But yeah, so that's one thing that I'm going to be maybe showing you over the next few weeks and letting you know about, you know, how I did and whether they sold or not. All right, another reason to watch this channel.
Next up, and this really does show that the reason why I mention Marks and Spencer so much. This is a collared merino wool grey jumper. Okay, nice, you know, just collared just a little bit there, but you can probably see the Holy Grail. It's still got its tags. Look at that. Okay, 40 quid, £39.50, XXL, grey merino wool jumper. Now, considering that for this, I only paid £4 for it. Now, I'm not going to get this. I'm not going to get 40 quid for it. But if I put it on at, say, like 20, and this is included, all right, the chances are that's going to get at least an offer. At least an offer. And, yeah, so that the chances of that going for over 100% are high. So yeah, that's another good listing that is coming in that I need to educate you about. Okay, that your eyes need to be trained towards. All right, because these things are out there. Seek and you will find. Now, my most successful video to date has been one that was based on 10 things to look out for when reselling, or 10 things that I find sell well, 10 groupings of things. And one of them that I spoke about was sort of like the premium ranges. And with Marks and Spencer's, one of the premium ranges is the Autograph. These are a really nice pair of sort of like 100% cotton. Now the colour is done as taupe or toupe. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but T-A-U-P-E. Look, they're a lovely pair of trousers. They're Autograph. They're like the Italian fabric. Okay, so these have got premium written all over them in terms of a nice pair of trousers that, you know, you can take on your holly bobs. Yeah, they're casual trousers. They're not the sort of trousers that you would wear to work. And they're also quite lightweight. They're a nice pair of summer trousers, these are. These are 40 waist, 33 leg, so a decent size. Yet again, these were £4. I'll just check. Yeah. No, £3.25. Even better news. But they will be on, and hopefully again, those have got, because I got them at £3.25, put them on for between 10 and 12, probably get about between 8 and 10 for it. So there is 100% potential there, but it could be just below 100. Next up, going in, nice pair of Fat Face. These are sort of like the cargo shorts. Okay, I am beginning to put shorts on now. It's January, in time for the spring. And, you know, people might be going for a bit of winter sun. People might be going to Australia. They're, as you know, going down to the southern hemisphere. Okay, long haul travel. They'll want stuff to get if they're pre-buying for their holidays. But anyway, nice colour, decent brand, nice condition, cargo shorts, should sell well. All right, I picked these up for £3. They're a 34 waist. Okay, you see that there, 34. I mean, in the shops these would be about £25-30, so I'm going to put them on again between 10 and 12. I reckon there's another 100% there. Okay, so again, nice. Okay, these are popular, the sweatshorts. These are a nice pair of Puma sweatshorts that I'm going to put on. I do find that Nike and Adidas sell better than Puma. But Puma still sells. I sourced these for about
Have we got it? Oh, no. These were part of the bundle. That's right. These were part of the bundle that I bought. Okay. 50. Okay. And for 95 quid. So these work out at £1.90. So yeah, we'll put them on and see how they do. But these are very popular to sort of like wear around the house. All right. They're quite versatile as well. I mean, you could wear them down the gym. You could wear them out. Okay. They're sort of like go nice with a blue hoodie. So yeah, I reckon they'll go. But we're talking 50 to 100 there. Yeah, 190. I'll probably put them on for about £5 or £6. So considering I got them at £1.90, there is 100% potential markup there. But if they were Nike or Adidas, I'll put them on between 8 to 10. So yeah, I might put them on just below that. Okay, 6 to 8. Yeah, so I am beginning to filter in some of the summer stuff. There we go. This is a nice, there it is, Lacoste de Vanley polo. Okay, Lacoste Sport size 7, which I believe is XXL. So again, a decent size. The polo, you can see the colour as well. It's a bit vibrant. Okay, and that'll go nice with a number of colour of shortage. Okay, or loose trousers. So yeah, nice. I'm pleased with this. I think this set me back £4. I'll be putting it on between 10 and 12. So again, you know, there's a lot of just above 100% potential with a lot of the things that I'm showing you at the moment. So yeah, pleased. Also, this is nice. This is nice. Germany, Deutschland, and you're talking about 2006. Okay, and then of course you've got on the back there the legend Ballack. Now that number, okay, looks pretty genuine. That one on the front there that's been put on there, is it? That looks as though it's been printed on. All right, but hey, I don't know. I saw this and it was on at £4, so I picked it up. I reckon I'll get something for this. I'm going to put it on at around about the £15 mark. I've seen them for more than that, but because I got it for £4, you know, there's a profit there. It's an XL size as well, but this is quite a classic design, and it's black. Okay, so it's not the home shirt, it's one of the away shirts, so that makes it a little bit more rare. Again, I've said it before, wearing them down to the local five-a-side pitch and stuff like that. These goal centres, well, in South Wales they're called goal centres, GOL, that's Welsh for goal. And yeah, I would say that they're springing up all over the place, these 3G pitches. So you know, the football stuff really sells well. Saying that, I've also got, okay, for the Chelsea fans, the Carabao top, Adidas. Okay, this one's extra small though. Okay, not a decent size to sell. If this was like medium or large, I'd be a lot more hopeful about this, but I picked this up for £6. I'm going to put it on for between 12 and 15, see how it does. Again, for a growing child, that is perfect. All right, that they could wear. And I've also got, football wise, okay, football is doing quite well this week. There we go, look at that. Liverpool, Nike, AXA Insurance, training top, quarter zip. This is an XXL. Okay, this will be going on for between 12 and 15. Picked it up for £7, so both of those will probably be just below the 100% because their sourcing costs were a little bit higher, but I'm hoping for quick sales with them. So yeah, I've said it so many times, football stuff sells, not just the shirts, even the training tops. And finally, I like this one. This is a Nike tee. Okay, if you can see that there, the Nike tee. It is medium in size, so it's a decent size. And look, it's a burger, Nike in a burger. And you've also got a decal on a sleeve as well there. Google lensed it, it's all genuine, and this looks as though it's hardly been worn. It is a Nike design. And I would say with these, what I normally do, it does cost a little bit more. We're only talking 12 pence more. I put them on in 2 listing categories. I will list this as a men's t-shirt and also as a woman's t-shirt. To add a category costs you 12p. And I believe it's worth doing, especially with products like this, because why cut out half the market? Why cut out half the potential buyer's market? This is a unisex t-shirt. Okay, men can wear this, women can wear this. So there, to me, look at the full burger there. To me, there is absolutely no reason why I should basically just choose either men and women or women to market this to. It's a decent size, it's a medium, and as long as I put the measurements onto my listing, whoever potentially is going to buy this will be able to go on, find a t-shirt that fits them, measure it pit to pit, measure it top to bottom, and see if it stacks up to what they want. So yeah, that is a nice tee. £2.50 I've sourced that for, and I've seen them on for like 20 to 25 pounds. So I'll probably go to 20, and yeah, there's a bit of a markup there, well above 100%, and I'm hoping that I'll get that. All right, been lovely talking to you. I've now got to go and put the IKEA furniture together. Oh, earlier this year, I mean, this is the typical story. And earlier this year, the 15-year-old bed that we had went, and we got a new bed in the January sales because you got money off. We got about 500 quid off it, and the tumble dryer was just below 500 quid. Honestly, yin and yang, isn't it? It just balances itself out. Thanks for listening. Okay, I'll be releasing a video about my January charity shop trufflings later on this week, and yeah, so you see me go around a few charity shops, giving a little bit of notice about what I've bought, and I think some of the things that I've just showed you are actually mentioned in the video from, like, you, so you can see whereabouts I got them from. All right, like, comment, subscribe to your heart's content. Okay, but it's been a pleasure. Okay, but for the time being, this is Smithy out. All right, have a good week. Bye bye.